that will be a disaster for your company, you know, if it happens that your machines are unable to run at this particular point of time.
I think I spent around 100 over 1,000.
CMMS is what you need. Go digital now. A free integrated maintenance management system. Maintenance made simple with Reams CMMS.
Hi, my name is Alan. I'm an industrial practitioner. I have been working in manufacturing industry for more than 10 years experience, specializing in international sales and marketing. So it's a very excited news that come across with me. That is emerging new creations for industrial maintenance software. So it's very excited today that we have Delvin today to tell us more about his latest creations in this industrial maintenance software. Delvin, would you?
Hi Alan, thanks for having me today. I'm Delvin. I'm founder and CEO of this Reams Technologies. I've been in the industry for more than 11 years, and then in my previous job as a head of manufacturing, I found that the maintenance management can be a bit headache in some cases. And then definitely today I'm very excited to share a bit tips on how to improve the overall maintenance management.
Okay. We all know in the context of Malaysia, the maintenance solutions, the maintenance management play a very vital role in ensuring effective and smooth transitions within operation of a factory. So what can you tell us about the typical industrial maintenance in the Malaysia context itself?
Well, industrial maintenance is not really that difficult to understand. It's very similar to your car maintenance. Okay. Right? So when you send your car to your scheduled maintenance, you change your lubrications, change your oil filters. This is called preventive maintenance. All right. If you're driving in the middle of highway and it happens that your car breaks down, so your car need to tow it away to workshops for maintenance, that is called corrective maintenance.
All right.
All right. There is another scenario whereby you keep using your car without any maintenance at all until it breaks down.
All right.
That is typically called reactive maintenance. Something which is not desired in the context of industrial maintenance management.
Wow, reactive maintenance sounds easy. Any typicals fall out in these reactive maintenance terms that you can tell us more about that?
Well, generally, reactive maintenance is something that happens that when you don't really care about the machine's breakdown hours. For example, there's a typical machines that if it has breakdown, you already have something to stand by to substitute it. But definitely this is not the way to go, right? For your car, maybe it costs you quite a lot of amount of money, right? You still send it for preventive maintenance, correct or not?
You're right.
But why the machines in your factories that generates the revenue for you, you don't spend any money on maintaining it. So this is something which is not correct. All right, and having preventive maintenance, or subsequently you go further, like for example, predictive maintenance or prescriptive maintenance. This is definitely something to looking forward with, and then this is something which is in line with the so-called Industry 4.0. All right. So reactive maintenance has this problem with the traceabilities, cost, and then definitely there's a lack of transparency in terms of how the asset performs. So for example, you keep these certain machineries at your factories and then you leave it aside and then just keep it running until the end. And this is something that we do not see that there's no documentation on it. You simply let it break down and then you make a call to your vendor, service vendor to repair it. So what people don't really see is that the hidden cost out of it. Right? Similar to your car maintenance, the repairing of the machine itself, it actually doesn't cost you much.
All right.
Right? The hidden cost, which is the loss of your productivity, inclusive your idling of machine hours, idling of your manpowers, and then if you have these financial obligations on late delivery, that will be a disaster for your company, you know. If it happens that your machines are unable to run at this particular point of time.
Wow, let's set a milestone. The milestones, let's break into two phases, which is the milestone before the Industrial Revolution 4.0 and the milestone after the Industrial 4.0, after the milestone after Industrial 4.0.
All right.
So how would you really differentiate the characteristics, the features of the maintenance management in between these two phases?
Well, before IR 4.0 or Industry 4.0, basically we are talking about automations. That's the general themes for Industry 3.0, automations. So when Industry 4.0 comes in, so we are talking about big data analysis, we're talking about machine learning, we're talking about artificial intelligence. So this kind of the so-called technology, you can leverage on these technologies so that you can have more in-depth analysis on how good is your asset helping you, how good is your assets being able to generate revenue for you.
Well, according to the latest broadcast and the news release from the governments, all right, they have defined the Industrial 4.0 footprint in Malaysia industrial sectors. So is this one of the major reasons why you are having these inventions?
That's definitely yes, because the only problem with this so-called technology bring along with this Industrial 4.0 is affordability. The price tags comes with nowadays all the CMMS software is quite high, and what Reams is offering is very different. So this is something we're trying to penetrate into the market.
Okay, all right. Wow, Davin, you have just suggesting us a general type of maintenance solutions that usually opt by the industry.
Yeah.
All right. So more into the context of Malaysia.
Yep.
In Malaysia industry environment itself, what are the typical maintenance options that opt by most of the manufacturers in Malaysia?
All right, based on our research, it comes to two scenarios, right? The first one is for the more established company or established manufacturing companies. They do go for preventive maintenance. They do have a certain software or systems to manage their maintenance activity. Definitely those with the ISO 9001, they definitely need have some documentations or system going on to help them to comply with the ISO 9001. But for small and medium, especially the smaller players, all right, most of them, surprisingly, they go for reactive maintenance.
Reactive maintenance?
That means they don't do any preventive maintenance at all. They don't change the lubrication oil. They don't do any routine checkup on their machines. They use it until it breaks down.
Specific reasons why they opt to these extreme options?
Well, the main reason is that they are not aware that the hidden cost for the breakdown itself. Normally, they will cope with all this with overtime. They need to cope with the backlog. The machine is down. They call their vendors, to push them to service it to repair it until late night, and eventually they need to cope with the delivery itself. Definitely, they ask their employees to do overtime OT, all right, to speed up the productions. So this is, they don't see the problems whereby the breakdown itself will cost a lot more if you carry out the preventive maintenance.
I see.
If they're able to see this piece of information, translate it, the idlings of man-hour, idlings of these labor hours, they translate it into a damage cost, then they will most likely realize that yes, I need a CMMS system. So that's a dilemma in the Malaysia, whereby the awareness for SMI regarding maintenance management is extremely low. Right? This is something that Reams CMMS hopes to change about.
Oh,
all right.
Noble change for a noble cause.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. All right. Once again, thank you, our guest of honor, Delvin Yeo, who is from Reams Technologies, in this video. All right. So this is not just a final. Stay tuned with us and stick with us, as in the coming episodes, we'll be sharing a few more topics, particularly to share with the industrial maintenance related backgrounds. So we will talk about maintenance costs, maintenance traceability, the introductions of CMMS, and a lot more for you all to understand. Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you.